Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick brief video on how to construct a tree diagram when given a number of dice or coins. So we know that dice have 6 sides each, and we know that coins have 2 sides. So the first thing we need to do is make a little diagram for each of our die. So we've got dice 1 here, and over here we've got dice 2. Since each die has 6 sides, we need to make numbers 1 through 6 for each of these die. I know it doesn't look very pretty, but here are numbers 1 through 6 for each die that I have, and I've color coded them to keep them separate. So if I roll die 1, I have a 1 in 6 chance of getting the number 2 or the number 3 or any of these numbers on here. If I roll die 2, I have that same chance. I have 6 different numbers that could appear, and they all have an equal chance of appearing. Now, our coin. Our coin has 2 sides, not 6. If I'm going to roll a die, and I'm going to flip a coin, with each side that the die lands on, I have the opportunity to either get heads or tails out of my coin. So for each of these numbers, I could either get heads or tails. So I need to write that out for each of these. This is what my diagram should look like when I've written all of my heads and tails on each of them. And then how do I figure out my chances of getting any of these combinations? Well, first I need to make out a list. So I can say die 1, or first die, side 1, heads, first die, side 1, tails. And then I can say first die, side 2, heads, first die, side 2, tails, and I will go all the way down until I get to 6 and tails. I would do the exact same thing with my second die over here. So 2 die, first side, heads, second die, first side, tails, second die, side 2, heads, second die, side 2, tails, and so on until I get down to 6. So let's go to the next slide so I can show you what it will look like when you are done. Okay, so when I'm making my list, I'm just going to list every possible option from my previous tree diagram, and then I'm just going to count up how many possibilities there are. So over here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I've got the same number over here. So my chance of rolling any of these combinations is one specific combination would be 1 out of 24. Now I have the problem of 2 dice and 2 coins. I still have 2 dice, so I draw the same diagram that I did before for both dice, showing that each die has the possibility of 6 sides. But now I've got 2 coins, which means that I could either roll heads, 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 tails, tails, heads, or tails, tails, giving me 4 possible options now from my 2 coins. So I need to draw those options out on my chart. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to draw coin 1 head, coin 2 head, coin 1 tails, coin 2 tails, and I'm going to continue that with the rest of my chart. It gets a little crowded because we're doing a lot of options, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that out. Please make your chart prettier than mine. You can't even see my tree diagram very well because of all of the crowding on my paper, so try to make yours nice and neat. Now, when you go to do your list, if you have to make a list on your test, I'm not sure, but if you did, you would start out with first die, and then you say side 1, and then you would say coin 1 heads, coin 2 heads, and then you would say first die, side 1, coin 1 heads, coin 2 tails. First die, side 1, coin 1 tails, coin 2 tails, and then first die, side 1, coin 1 tails, coin 2 heads. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different options that could happen with side 1, die 1. And then you're going to continue this chart all the way down through every side for every first die and do the whole same exact thing with the second die, but put the 2 right here instead of the 1. So let's show you your finished chart. Because it was taking up so much room, I just did the list for die 1. You would have this exact same list for die 2, except all of these 1s will be changed to 2s. So I know that I have 24 options with die 1, which means that I will also have 24 options with die 2, giving me a total of 48 different possibilities. So that's how you make a tree diagram, and that is how you make a list from a tree diagram. Hope it helps.